What's up, guys? That's the first time I've turned on Monster Legends pretty much all day, other than 5 minutes ago. I tried to test that double Uriel idea, and as someone stated in my Discord, no, it doesn't work. I was wrong. You can't use two Uriel essence on the same monster. I tried it with Drop Elemental in Adventure Map. Alright, let me get my mug shot just a little smaller. Put it up here. Still got some Rune Guardian time. Hey! It's the race monster. What's he doing here? I changed my internet on my television. Otherwise, I'll never know what the hell's going on. Alright. Damn, I wish my phones would shut the hell up sometimes. So stupid. Um... 27 is definitely faster than these guys. I don't know what this guy even does. What's that combo for? I don't think I have either of those monsters. Is it gonna be another stupid one like how Hacksmith was? That was such a fucking scam. What a garbage ass game, bro. I can't wait till Diablo comes out. I don't look forward to Monster Legends at all, guys. Like, it's so fucking lame, man. I couldn't tell you anything that's cool about this game at the moment, like, for real. Nothing. It cost me over 600 gems to breed that shitty fucking hacksmith. You know what I've done with them since I've bred them? Use them as fucking junk in the gauntlet, bro. For real. Like, fuck Social Point. Fuck them with a big dildo right in their fucking ass. Shitty fucking company. Dude, SP is fucking trash, man. Super fucking trash. Like, they're scamming people is all they're doing. They're like, oh, let's start having events that are just completely random and require you to spend gems or do without. And then we know that there's people who are going to try a couple of times without spending gems. And they're just going to be like, man, maybe next time. Maybe if I just breed one more, I'll get it. Like, what a bunch of fucking losers, bro. I hope one of them trips and breaks a fucking ankle coming out of their fucking house in the morning to go to work. Like, steps off the fucking curb just the wrong way going to their car after work, and boom, just fucking goodbye fucking ankle. I don't know what my, like, I don't know. I'm not spending 600 gems to try again and breed no shitty fucking monster in this game. I'm done with that bullshit. Quest monsters are different. I can just pay 350 gems and get it. I'm not interested. They can keep their doo-doo. They can fucking have the doo-doo. I'll try 4 times. That's how many room I got in my hatchery. If I don't get the monster in 4 tries, fuck them. I might even send them a complaint that says your events are fucking stupid. I mean, it's not a bad monster. It's got trait disable, but the event is garbage. I'm not into this fucking 5% chance to breed the motherfuckers so that I gotta watch all these cocksuckers who fucking fail at the game be like, I got it first try, meanwhile I'm spending fucking 1,000 gems trying to get a shitty fucking monster. And then it ain't even a guarantee that I get it. Like, who comes up with these stupid fucking events, man? Punch them in the throat for me, somebody. Jesus. Fuck yeah, they are, man. Dude, I swear to you guys, man. Those of you who follow my channel, after we leave Monster Legends and we go play another game, anytime somebody asks me about Monster Legends, I'm not gonna have anything nice to say about them. Nothing. I'm not like. Actually, I mean, the nicest thing I might have to say about them is like, if you're bored and you're like looking for something to do for a couple of months. I mean, you could raise up some Monster Legends, but just know that you're playing a game that's completely dog shit 6 months later. I mean, like, you're basically just investing time. I don't even know how to explain it in a analogy that people could understand. It's like finding this chick who's like really fucking hot, and you're like, oh man, I'm totally into you. And then you're like, she won't put out, so you keep trying, and you're having a good fun time trying for like 2 months, and then finally you're like, I can't take it anymore, I need some pussy. And then she's like, oh, I got a dick. And you're like, no. And then you're like, I can't get that time back either. And it's like, I say the same thing about Monster Legends that I said about Dungeon Boss. These games have so much potential. They care more about a quick buck than a healthy community. Like, and that's all there is to it. But I mean, I guess like that's what games are these days. Is they're fucking businesses. That's why I'm done, man. I don't pay to play games anymore. That's not why I started playing games as a kid. Money had absolutely nothing to do with why I played video games as a kid. Absolutely nothing. Like, sure, we had to go to the store and buy our games. But I'm talking about the aspect of playing the fucking game. It had nothing to do with money. Whereas these games that we play, they're completely infatuated with trying to make a buck. Meaning, it's almost like what if God involved himself every day in your life, and he did so just so that he could make some money. He was just like, oh, well, you're going to get sick today because I need you to be here so that I can make $1 instead over there. Like, man, I don't even have words to put it in, man. It's like having something that has the potential to be good, and then somebody just, took a shit on it or something, man. Like, it's like working all day to paint a painting, and then like you go into the kitchen and you come back and your kid's fucking pissed on it. And you're like, oh my god, what did you do? And it's like, it's only a 2-year-old kid. What, are you gonna beat up your kid for pissing on your painting? No, you're just fucked. You're gonna wake up tomorrow and still be mommy, or you're gonna wake up tomorrow and still be daddy. And that's the same thing that's happening to these kids playing this game. They're gonna wake up tomorrow and still play Monster Legends, even though Social Point took a big shit on them yesterday. Yeah, for real. Well, that's coming already. It feels like. I think they sell air in China. We do got Brutalizer here. I think we'll 22, 21. I think I can get away with a second strength since. Alright. Dude, I'm definitely playing another game, bro. I'm waiting on it right now. I swear on my life, before the stream, I played Monster Legends less than 5 minutes all day. All day. Okay? Less than 5 minutes before the stream. I played chess for a couple of hours. Okay? I'm telling you right now, as soon as Diablo Immortal comes out, I'm quitting Monster Legends. I don't give a fuck if we have 40,000 gems on the account. I don't give a fuck if we've got every monster in the game. I don't give a fuck if we're first in PvP. I don't give a fuck about anything on this game. As soon as Diablo Immortal releases in the Play Store where I can download it, I'm done. No, I'm not selling my account. I'm not selling any accounts that I've ever played on any games, bro. I will let them go into the abyss They can disappear in the abyss. But that's where I'm at with it. I swear, like there's nothing they can do to stop me from doing it. There's not a single update they can make. They've showed me too much. They've showed me that even if they made one good update tomorrow, they'll make 50 fucking shitty ones next month. Meaning, like, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth giving Social Point the chance to change things around and make this game enjoyable, bro. Well, hopefully you come play the same game I'm playing, bro, because I'm gonna make a shit ton. I'm gonna make a shit ton of content on that Diablo game, bro. I don't really know what spawning does here. What node am I on? I feel like I'm always early baiting, but I don't even fucking care. Like, I'm not into doing half the dumb shit people think. Well, let's bait with this guy. This guy. And this guy. Dude, I'm not into games like Among Us at all. Like, if it involves other players, I'm not into it, bro. I'm not a team player, okay? I can't stand people. The main discouraging thing about Among Us is I always see people asking for other people to play. I ain't playing no fucking game that involves me needing another person. Period. I can't, like, one of the worst parts about this game is teams. I can't stand the team aspect of this game. Fuck no, I'm not no helpful teammate. I don't want to be in teams. I don't want to play team games. Like, I'd rather carry myself. Like, I've never been in a room with a person where I'm like, oh man, I wish I was that person. Never. Like, never in my whole life. I'd rather them just do them and me do me. And hey, you figure out how to get your happy, I figure out how to get mine, fuck off. That's how I feel. And that personality carries with me in the video games. That's why I'm big on sharing knowledge, man, as I feel like if you were given the knowledge that you needed, you wouldn't need help from other people. Meaning, like, if you can go somewhere and get all your answers, well, then you wouldn't have to depend on Jack or Timmy or John or whoever the fuck is helping you. So, like, if I can give somebody information, I shouldn't have to hang out with them. If that makes any sense. Like, what's the name of the game he's waiting to come out? Diablo Immortal. You can check it out on YouTube. There is content. They have the alpha version is already out. It's being tested in Australia, I think. If you live in Australia, I think you have a chance that you might be able to get the game early and play it on the alpha version. But it's a hack and slash dungeon crawler. And it's for mobile. I'm a mobile game player. I'm not into console. I'm not into PCs. Like, to me, I plan to play mobile and that's it. Want to move out there? Move out where? Australia? Fuck. No, I don't want to move out Australia. Are you crazy? I just finally got 5,000 feet up in the mountains, man. And now I'm considering going on a 6-month vacation to California, but for work, but I'm not sure. No, I'm in Denver now. I think it's gonna be a blast, guys. I want to be like one of the first players to beat it. I'm trying to stream that shit as soon as we get it. I'm not making a barbarian. Like, I feel like barbarians are great characters and all, but they're for noobs. Like, they're for noobs. I'm trying to get like the witch doctor or some sort of wizard going on that game. I don't even know all the characters out yet. I'm not into speed runs, but I will be trying to beat it as fast as possible. Meaning, I want to be able to check off that I beat that game like ASAP. Like, I was one of the first people to beat Diablo 3 when it was still a PC game and it had just came out. I was trapped in Act 3 for like until they made the first nerf in the May after the release. And as soon as they nerfed it one time, I beat the whole game. I went straight from where I was stuck at to beat the whole game. And the reason why they nerfed it is they said less than 0.0002% of people had beat the game, or had even made it out of Act 3 where I was stuck at. Meaning 1% of the game was stuck where I was. The rest were like still in Act 1 and 2 because they made the game so hard. And then they nerfed it and I beat the game like the next day. Like, it wasn't even 24 hours after they made the monsters weaker that I just beat the whole game. But I had a lot of fun playing that when it first came out. Then they just updated it to dog shit. Like, every update that came out, the game got worse. Because everybody cried it was too hard. Like, this game's too hard. So, like, every update, it just kept getting easier and easier. LJ, are you proud of me? I finished my homework and got my self-motivation back. I guess, bro. I never really did homework. I was against homework. I felt like the whole point of me going to school was to do schoolwork. When I come home, that's my time. That's my time. When I go to school, that's school's time. I couldn't let that shit drip over into the other. Like, my homework was to play video games. Like, that's I truly believed it. That's how I felt. And that's how I experienced school. Yeah, school was kind of like a scam. Like, what does school teach you? School doesn't teach you how to make money. They don't teach you how to get laid. They don't teach you how to be happy. They don't teach you... The only thing school teaches you is how to do what you're told. That's like the one lesson that they want you to learn in 12 years of school in America. Is they want to make sure that after 12 years of school, you completely, fully understand how to do what you're told. Meaning, if someone asked you to do something, you would understand that you were being asked to do something. Like, that is for real. That's all they're doing. They're making the common worker. Like, they got no other goals in mind. Well, I guess school engagement would be different based off the individual. Some students engage a lot in school, and then other students don't. I just feel like I agree with this stand-up comedian who died a while back, George Carlin, where he said, school is like poison. It's a shame they try to make us all think alike. And I am officially broke again on that task that I'm doing. Completely forgot what I'm doing here. They expect you to memorize 12 years of information. How true is that really? Because, like, how much different was 4th grade from 3rd grade? Like, when I was in 4th grade, half of 4th grade was repeating what 3rd grade said. And then 5th grade, half of 5th grade was repeating what 4th and 3rd grade said. And then like half of sixth grade was like repeating what fifth and fourth and third grade said. And then it was like half of seventh grade was calling you stupid because you can't remember what you did in third, fourth, and fifth grade. Like, what was your hardest year in school for you? My senior year, because I was getting out of control to where like school was a prison. Definitely the later years of school were the harder ones for me. I wanted to hang out. I wanted to get high. I wanted to be where all the action was. I'd rather be out partying all day, drugged out of my mind, than sitting in a classroom. Like my 11th grade year, I think I missed 120 days of school. Like it was so bad that like my dad was being threatened to be thrown in jail for if I missed another day. He had to pay like $135 every time I missed a day of school. Cause like my dad would leave for work in the morning before I had to go to school, and then he would get home from work like after I'd already be home from school. So he'd have no idea if I was going to school or not. Bro, it was crazy. I used to steal the car. Like, my dad had 2 vehicles. I used to steal his car while he was at work. I used to use like a shoe and like, I don't know, like a shoe and some other objects, and I would mark the tires. Like I'd go around the car with 4 objects and I'd sit all 4 objects next to the tires so that I knew exactly where all 4 tires were. And then I would like back the car up and leave, drive it to school with no license, like pick my buddies up, take them to school, park this car like way at the end of the school parking lot, like where there was some gravel, because you had to have like a parking permit to park in a pass or in a spot. And then I would drive home. Then I would drive home and I'd park the car like right back, so all 4 tires lined up with all 4 objects that I sat out. And I'd do all this before he got home from work. And then there were times where I was just like, why drive to school when I could just skip school, go pick my buddies up? We go to the gas station, get a gallon of gas, and we could just drive around on back roads all day and smoke blunts and fuck going to school. Like, why go to school when you could just spend all day riding around in a car with no license and getting high? And yeah, I did a lot of dumb shit, man. But one day, like, his friend came over the house and was like, your dad knows you're taking the car. He seen me backing the car up or whatever. And I was like, yeah, right, you better not tell him, motherfucker. If he knows I'm taking the car, I know how he knows. But supposedly he told me that, like, nah, your dad talked to me on the phone and he said he believes that, he doesn't know for sure, but he believes you're taking the car because the last time he drove it, he thought it had more miles on it than it had the last time he parked it. But officially how I got caught was one day my dad like came home early from work because like I borrowed the car and I was out driving around with it. And then I took the car back to park it, like, because I knew my dad was going to be home sometime after 5:30. So I was going back to park the car at like 4:30 or 5, and my dad was home. And I was like, oh shit, I can't park the car at my house if my dad's home. I can't go home now. Like, so I basically like drove around the neighborhood for like a half hour. I went and got my buddy, who he did drive. He had a license, and I told him to meet me at this like food like animal feed place that was next to my house. And then in the time that all this happened, which was like a half hour, my dad, I guess, left to go somewhere. It was like 5:30 or something, so he left. And as soon as I seen that he wasn't home, I hurried up and I drove the car back. I didn't even care about lining the tires up. I just parked that motherfucker. I hopped in my buddy's car. I grabbed some clothes, and I went to his house, and I stayed there for 2 months. I didn't come home for 2 months, bro. I'm talking 60 days. His mom acted like she had a new son. Like, I didn't go home for 2 months because I was scared I was gonna get like my ass beat and be in trouble for stealing a car. I figured 2 months was plenty of time for my dad to cool off. Meaning by the time I come back, he wouldn't. Well, I figured 2 months was plenty of time for him to get over it. And 2 months was about, enough to where I was tired of living with my friend. Like, it was annoying, like, fighting over who gets to play the PlayStation. Like, shit like that. Yeah, like my dad, he was rare that he ever put hands on me as a kid. Did your dad beat you or something? No, he never, like, he did the opposite, basically. Like, all the times when I was a kid, when I did something bad that I should have got my ass beat, he always just, like, call me into the basement or something and be like, I need to talk to you, boy. So, like, the whole walk into the basement, I think I'm going to get my ass beat. And then he would, like, give me some lecture, like, every time. I guess it was more like one of those, I just didn't want to have to face him. Like, I didn't want to have to, like, look him in the eyes and know that I'm on the shit end of the stick. I didn't want to experience that. I figured why not just run away for 2 months and then come back. No. My mom would have beat your ass quicker than lightning as a kid. I was 12 years old, though, when I finally was able to beat my mom's ass, so that shit was done. But up until I was 12, my mom was basically like, she'd argue with you for a little bit, and then she'd smack you right in the mouth. But yeah, definitely mom was the discipline growing up. And she'd always be mad at my dad, like, you don't discipline these kids. You let them get away with everything. And I'm the one who's got to watch them all month while your ass is always at work. She would use a hand, and I would always remember she had a thing for this, like, 3-inch belt of hers. Like, I'm talking like one of them belts that's like 3 inches wide, like that you wear around your waist, like the chicks wear around their waist, like when fat chicks are trying to pretend they're skinny. She would, like, beat me with one of them. Like, I'm not saying I didn't deserve it, bro. Like, I'm not saying my mom just, like, beat me for no reasons, okay? Like, oh, my mom would have used an extension cord if one was nearby. Like, but trust me, I was definitely a brat. Like, definitely a brat. I don't hardly ever remember. I don't have any memories of my mom, like, beating my ass when I didn't, like, do something wrong. Like, she always beat my ass because she thought I needed my ass beat. With a broom before? Oh my god, guys, I got a funny fucking story about that. One time, I was hanging, there was this lady. It's story time for sure, guys. I try to tell you all you got to do is bring up topics, and I've got stories for just about everything. But anyway, there was this lady who was friends with my mom, who I was staying at her house, and I was riding the bus to her house after school. I wasn't, like, banging her or anything. She, like, had a man. But like, she was like one of those parents that was cool with kids, like, getting high in her house. She didn't really care. So, like, I could smoke weed at her house and play Nintendo and shit and hang out after school. And, like, I was, like, I guess, like, kind of attracted to her daughter, but not really. Her daughter was younger than me. Which at the time I wasn't even an adult yet. I was like 17, but her daughter was, like, I think 15 or 16. But anyway, I was just hanging out at the house, playing video games, being able to smoke weed, smoke cigarettes, and I would go, this lady would like drive me to the stores so that I could steal, like shoplift, and then we would split what I stole. So like an example would be, one time we went to a gas station, and this lady was like in her 30s, and she would like go in and distract the gas station clerk while I would go in and sneak down this aisle where they had like all the cigarette cartons along a wall. So it like wasn't an aisle for shopping. It was an aisle where they keep their like their inventory shit. So anyway, she would distract the guy at the counter, and I would go down and steal, like, I would just start loading my pants, like tucking cartons of cigarettes around my belt like waist. And then I would go out to the car and I would drop like 4, 5, 6 cartons of cigarettes in the back seat. And then I would run back in and do it again. And I would do it like 2 or 3 times before finally like she would give me some hand signal to let me know that like, hey, I can't keep them distracted anymore. And then I'd quit and I'd run out to the car, and then she would come back out to the car, and then we would like divvy up the cartons of cigarettes. Like I'd get to keep some. The FBI be watching, but nah. And so like, I'd get to keep half the cigarettes and shit, and then like my buddies would come over and we'd play Nintendo and like smoke the cigarettes and the Gaunlet, man. And we'd smoke the cigarettes and shit. Well, anyway, one night this woman's husband gets out of prison or out of jail or whatever. I forget like which monster I'm trying to bait on this node. So like, who's faster? 29 Dreamer is. Dreamer doesn't do any damage though. I think we're just gonna like low trap bait this node, I guess. I'm gonna use, but this woman's husband comes home from fucking prison or jail or whatever, and he's so fucking drunk, man. And it's like me, my buddy, some other guy who's friends with this lady, and then her kids are in the house, and we just start hearing this loud thrashing on the door, and it's like this man trying to get in or whatever. And my best friend at the time that was there with me, he runs out the fucking back door. Like everybody dipped but me. I was just sitting on the couch like, what the fuck? And the door broke open. This motherfucker broke the door like off the hinges in. He broke it in. And he come in the house. And he had a fucking broom, bro. He had a broom. That was his weapon. He had a fucking broom. And he sees me. I'm like the only motherfucker who didn't take off running. And this motherfucker starts trying to beat my ass with a fucking broom, bro. We like wrestle around battling on the fucking like coffee table of the living room. I got like thrown across the coffee table, bro. Anyway, I end up wrestling the broom from him. And the broom's all like broken, fucked up by the time I got it. And I was just trying to tell him, like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, basically, I was just trying to defend myself from getting assaulted by this guy. And he's like, you trying to fuck my wife? He starts trying to accuse me of trying to fuck his wife and saying that, like, I've been fucking his wife while he's locked up. I'm like, bro, I'm a kid. I'm a kid, bro. Like, what are you, I ain't fucking nobody's wife. What are you talking about? Oh man, dude, this shit was so funny though. Like my buddy though that took off running, like he fucked his ankle up for like a couple of months. He tripped in the woods because he ran in the woods behind the trailer or whatever. They ended up like his wife was under the bed in her bedroom, called 911 or whatever. So like the police showed up, and it was a long night. Like, once I heard the police was on their way, though, I left because I didn't want to be there because I was underage and I was high and had been, up to no good. I'm trying to find that chimney. I've probably passed them, like, a bunch of times already. Oh, no, he's ranking. I need one more trap monster that's not very, like, doesn't have a lot of life. I think it might be Dreamer, then. My chimney, he's ranking up, so I can't use him. You did well in the Grandmasters? I didn't think so, bro. I thought I did horrible, man. I misplayed like so many times. I should have beat Demo's fucking ass. Demo's like, I would have beat you anyway, even if you didn't misplay. God, that's when it really sucks in Monster Legends. Is like you can't get those mistakes back, bro. You can't get do-overs. You just gotta live with the fact that you fucking blew it. But yeah, that's definitely a broom story, bro. That guy fucking tried to beat the broom. He got me like probably, I don't know, 2 hits with it before I got a hold of that motherfucker and wrestled it from him. He wasn't like a very big guy. He was bigger than me, but he wasn't enormous. He was just fucking belligerent, and he was so shit-faced that he wasn't really hard to kind of like wrestle the broom from once I realized how fucking drunk he was. Yeah, I miss hanging out with that lady though, man. That lady was a lot of fun, bro. I used to always play Duck Hunt. I'd be in the living room like shooting the TV with the Duck Hunt gun, like after school. Like I got busted one time driving down her road with this other kid driving, and the cops pulled us over, and like they wouldn't let me go back to her house. They made my father come and pick me up from the fucking like being pulled over in their driveway. And then like when my dad came to get me, the cop told my dad, he was like, "I found cigarettes stuffed under your son's seat. I think he was trying to hide them from me." He's like, "This woman is a bad influence for your son. You shouldn't be allowing your son to hang out with this woman." That was the first woman who ever gave me alcohol, bro. Like, she used to come over and get drunk with my mom when I was like fucking 10, and like my mom would always like expect me to like get her another beer or something from the fridge. Well, anyway, one day her friend was like, "Here, throw this away for me," and it was like a vodka bottle. And I come over to get the vodka bottle from her, and she was like, "I left some here." She's like, "Here, throw this away for me." And then when I got close to her to get the bottle, she's like, "I left a little bit in there for you." And I'd never had alcohol like that. Like, I'd tasted a beer before and I didn't like it, but I'd never seen like, you know, clear soda pop looking alcohol. And sure enough, man, I went to throw away the bottle and I took the last swig that was in there, and oh my god, it was like I drank battery acid, bro. I couldn't wrap my mind around why anyone would drink that of their own free will. Like, like you'd have to torture me to drink that shit. Yeah, I might have been about 11. I don't know. But yeah, I was definitely young. That was my first time ever drinking alcohol. But that's the same lady. Like, I was 17 when I was hanging out at her house. So, all right. So I think I've got everything set up here. I just got to reduce the speeds. Hopefully he doesn't turn transfer to this chick and blow us out. Because that would definitely blow us out if he turn transfers. All right. So we got Nabs, Trap, Oblivion, Trap, Peace. So, yeah, like that lady though, man, there was like one time she took me to JCPenney's, which was in the mall. Like, we used to have like a plan, like she would take me to the stores and I'd shoplift, and like if I got caught by security, we would just like meet at a McDonald's. Meaning if I never came out to come back to the car, she was supposed to meet me at McDonald's. And then like she would drop me off at the mall, and I'd go to the mall and I would just like go into stores and steal shit. And I was in JCPenney's one time stealing, they had this, like most of the time, the clothes that they sell at JCPenney's has like these ink tags on them, to where if you were to steal it, it would like, this ink thing would explode and it sets the alarm off, you get caught. But when they'd have sales, they'd have like whole racks of clothes where they don't have those things on them anymore. And it was like some rack where like all the t-shirts were $25 that were on the rack. And I snuck inside of the rack, bro. Like, no bullshit. I like climbed under the clothes, got inside the rack. And while I was inside the rack, I was removing t-shirts and putting them on. and I put on like 50 t-shirts, bro. I was so fat because I was just like, if I was getting, like, cause not everybody was the same size, bro. Like, I don't think anybody charged. I think that was the second relic trigger again. And the same thing happened yesterday where, like, wait, what what happened? It didn't save the node, bro. That's really sketchy. But anyway, like, all these people that stayed at that house were different sizes, right? So I figured, like, I needed large t-shirts, medium t-shirts, you know. So I started putting on, like, the mediums first, then the larges, then the extra larges, then, you know, till I was just a super fat dude with all these shirts on. And I climbed out of the rack, and when I stuck my head up, I was making dead eye contact with one of the employees that worked there. And the employee was staring at me like she knew I was up to something, but she didn't know what. And I was standing there like a deer in the headlights. I didn't know if I should take off running or what I should do, if I should run, like, or if I should walk slowly. And then, like, I just started backing up, like backpedaling without taking my eyes off the employee, just one step back at a time until I got close enough to the door, and then I just booked ass, bro. I stole, like, I don't even know how many t-shirts that day, bro. This shit was so funny, though. I was running out of the store like a fucking Oompa Loompa, dude, with like 30 shirts on. I got them, though. Wasn't there for 2 days. It was because he switched locations. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. All right, so we're going to try this again. I don't know if the speed's been adjusted, so I just have to pay close attention. It has. All right, so we got the nabs trap trigger, oblivion trap trigger, and then we're out. Why? Why is the game fucking being gay right now, man? What the fuck is going on? Why does it keep doing this? Let's find out. Let's take a moment to find out what the hell is going on in here. Yeah, my team's not dead, so they're probably not baited. So the game should still be slowed down. Watch him now. He'll turn transfer. I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Like, okay, nabs trap trigger, oblivion trap trigger, and then we leave. Okay, so maybe it was the Uriel essence or something. I don't know, but either way, it's baited now. Man, I used to steal shoes from, like, Famous Footwear and Finish Line and shit back in the day before, like, they used to do the one shoe thing. Well, Finish Line always did the one shoe thing, but you would just ask an employee, you'd be like, hey, can I get this in a 10 or this in a 10? And they'd go get, like, 3 shoes, and while they're in the back, you just put the shoes on and leave. But, Famous Footwear never did that, and they would sell, like, Nikes and Adidas and all this other shit there. And what I would do is I'd wear Jinko jeans, and I'd go in barefooted, meaning I'd just have socks on, and you wouldn't know that I didn't have shoes on because I was wearing those pants called Jinkos, which I don't even know if they make them anymore, but they basically, like, the bottoms of them were so wide that they covered up your whole entire foot to where you couldn't see your feet. So I go in the store and you couldn't tell if I was wearing shoes or not. And then I would just put on a pair of shoes and walk out the store like I didn't want anything. And one time I started getting even braver where I'd be like, I forgot my wallet. And I'd go out to the car, take off the shoes, come back in and get another fucking pair of shoes. And then I'd end up telling them I changed my mind, and I'd leave and I'd have like multiple pair of shoes in one trip to the store. My buddy would be like, you got to give me a pair too. Because like my friends would always be too scared to do the shit I did, but they'd always love to get them freebies. All right, we should be good here, I think. No anticipations. But, like, I've been a good boy for a long time. The last thing I ever stole was 1 can of tuna fish while I was on the road. While I was on the road, living in a car, once upon a time, I stole 1 can of tuna fish. That's it. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not bullshitting. Just 1 can of tuna fish. And the only reason why I stole the 1 can of tuna fish was because we were supposed to be making like tuna salad, and I needed 3 cans of tuna for the tuna salad, and I didn't bring enough money. I was going to be $1 short, so I was just like, well, I'll just pocket 1 can of tuna and pay for the other ones and the mayonnaise and relish and stuff, and everything will work out. More jail stories? I don't know which jail stories I haven't really told. I got jail stories for days too. I just don't know which ones. It's like I try to explain to people, I have the hardest time trying to just recall stories. Whereas like, if something's brought up, it usually triggers the story in my memory to where I'm like, oh yeah, like... I don't recommend going to jail though. Like if you can avoid it, I don't give a fuck if you're a criminal or not, but you shouldn't want a record at all. You shouldn't want charges. You shouldn't want to go to jail. Bad shit can happen to anybody in jail. Jail is not a nice place, man. It's a dumbass concept too, I think. Like I don't know how anybody gets rehabilitated in jail. Just need to bait one of these guys. I think I'm gonna use Seaquake. No. Rape is like... There's different types of rape, man. There's like violent rape where like... Here's an example. If I hate you, I could beat your ass. Or if you hate me, you could beat my ass. But that's not enough sometimes. Meaning like... If I punch you a few times in the face or I beat your fucking ass, the next day, maybe 2 days later, that's just going to be over with. You're going to healed up from that. That's over. But if I rape you, you ain't washing that off with a shower, bro. That's living with you. You're going to always remember and hate me for it. So, like, one way they use rape is a form of an attack. It's a way to attack someone. It's a way to violently punish someone that you A, can't stand, B, don't like, or and then there's the sexual rape where somebody's like trying to bust a nut and they're trying to use your booty hole to do it. And like all the sexual rapes that I've seen, are the core of them is belittlement, meaning like they break a man down. They start with a guy who's normal, and they just pick on him and pick on him and pick on him and bully him and bully him and bully him until finally he's like under their spell doing what they say. Like I've never once in all of my time in jail ever seen like somebody get picked up and carried to a room and fucked. Like it's always been like a whisper in the ear. Like one man walks up and whispers in the ear of this guy, and then that guy goes off to a cell, and then you see the guy who whispered in his ear go into the same cell a few minutes later. Then you see like a towel come down over the door, like shit like that. I ain't never seen somebody just get like forcefully picked up and taken into a closet and fucked like they show you in the movies or something. Do they have cameras? Yes and no. I'm not sure with all, not like facilities aren't all the same, bro. Like the ones that I was in, they have cameras, but not in anywhere that's personal space. Meaning there's no camera in your cell, and there is a camera. There's no camera in the unit, but there's a camera inside of a bubble that watches the unit. So like, yes, if a fight happened or something, they could go back and check the camera. Wait, last question. What's worse, jail or prison? They both have their ups and their downs. When you say worse, like worse as in what? Like you're more likely to get raped in prison than you are in jail. But jail is harder time because you don't have as much freedom. Meaning in prison, you're free to, buy a television or buy a PlayStation or buy some CDs, buy a tub of peanut butter and a bag of cereal and fucking sit around and eat fucking peanut butter cereal if you feel like it. Like, you can buy a soda pop in prison. Like, in jail, you got a cell, you're inside a box, you don't get, like, I never even had access to a weight pile in jail, nothing. Like, jail is so boring. Like, basically all I do in jail is sleep, read, and push-ups. Like, that's it. Like, prison's way different. Prison is like, you're out on the yard, you got like gangs and shit. Like, basically, like, your first couple of days, you got to figure out who you're going to hang out with, who you're going to talk to, which wall you're going to stand on. I remember the first time I ever made it to DOC, it was middle of the summer, and like, people would literally beat your ass over a spot in the shade. So if you were new, you were out in the sun because all the shade spots were taken, meaning if the shade was hitting the place, somebody already had that spot called. And yeah, you'd be out on the yard and the sun would just fry you up. And since you're fresh out of jail, because usually you got to sit in jail to wait for a bed to open up in prison before you can go to prison, because they're so overcrowded usually. In jail, you're white as a ghost, man, because you're never outside really. Like, the jail I was in, outside was inside of a concrete box with a cage over the top where you could see the sky through a cage, but you couldn't see the grass. You couldn't touch grass. You weren't like really outside. And sure enough, though, man, you sit in a jail for, 4 months, your ass is going to be pale white, and then you go off to a DOC where they're like, here, stand in the sun for 8 hours. I have one more question. Do the officers treat inmates right? Some officers are cool, some officers are douchebags, and most officers are, they're more worried about the females than the males. Like, the DOC that I was at had like 2 female pods. So like, You always heard stories of like females being pregnant from guards, or females, just blowing some guards so that he'd bring them some tobacco or some shit. Like, how do you calculate damage? Me, when I'm in fear, I will check the calculator, but most of the time I just guess. I'm pretty sure that all of my single baits can survive up to like node 52, but I'm hoping that this is going to be enough to take this hit. He just got to get hit. He doesn't have to go like below half, so you don't really need to know much about the damage other than making sure you're not going to die in one hit. That's the only thing I really have to pay attention to damage wise. If someone asked me though, if somebody was like, Ed, you got to do 2 years being locked up, would you rather do 2 years in jail or 2 years in prison? I'd rather do 2 years in prison. I like the idea of going to jail first though, because I'm so tiny and I'm so little that if you at least send me to jail first, that gives me a couple of months to eat everything and work out. That way, by the time I go to prison, I got some muscle on me to where I can at least hit hard enough to feel confident enough to punch a guy in his face instead of putting up with his bullshit. Whereas, like, right now, if you threw me in prison, man, people would be whistling at me. They'd be like, "You gonna be mine, motherfucker." And I'd be like, "Oh, God, I gotta eat everything." I swallowed food whole, bro. I'm telling you right now, man, anytime you get locked up, you're going to be tested. If somebody doesn't pick a fight with you day one, that's 1 day you got to eat up. If they don't pick a fight with you day 2, that's 2 days you got to eat up. And I spend every day eating every single thing that is on my tray. Once I'm stuffed and I'm not hungry anymore, that's when it's time to start swallowing the food whole. Like, I don't even eat peas. I would eat them shits like pills, bro. I would take a spoonful of peas and then a swig of water and just swallow them all whole. Take another spoonful of peas, take a swig of water, and just swallow them whole. And that's duck season with LJ. I don't know much about duck season, bro. I just know that if I stay out of trouble, I ain't got to worry about going to jail or prison. Instead, I can just share my stories and tell you guys, don't fucking do it. Don't do it. It ain't worth it. You can't go to prison for misdemeanors. In this. I don't know about outside this country, but in America, you cannot go to prison on misdemeanor charges. It has to be felonies. You only go to jail for misdemeanors. Alright, so I think we're good here. Why did he take damage? Yeah, that sucks, man. I know a guy who did 5 years in Fed time for heroin. That's a crazy story too, man, is that like he covered for the chick, meaning like they were trying to bust him and his woman, and they had just had a baby. And he told the feds like he'd plead guilty to everything if she didn't get any time. And they gave him 5 years, and his woman didn't get any time, so she stayed out, took care of the kids, and then she ended up like she was still hooked on the heroin though when he went away, and so she like basically got tricked out for a while. It's like, imagine being in prison and your woman's basically being prostituted. Soldier Ferris. Actually, no, he got out gets out 2022. That's not too bad. I don't know how long he's been in though, but Heroin's a nasty fucking drug, man. Like, I've done it a few times. Like, it does get me really high, but I can't stand the come down. Like, every time I get high on heroin, I get sick too. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't want to get sick. Like, if my body's getting sick from doing something, I think that's the obvious sign that, like, my body's trying to tell me I shouldn't be doing that shit. Like, I like to believe that pain and pleasure is the body's intelligence. Meaning, if something hurts, that's your body's intelligence trying to tell your stupid ass that it's wrong. Don't do it. That's why it hurts. If it feels good, that's your body's intelligence trying to tell you you should do it. Like, this is what you need to be doing. Like, so yeah, it's a mixed situation. Okay, what is this shitty fucking node? Two turn transfers and an extra turn monster. What node is this? Only 49. Oh yeah, bro. I when I was living in the car, bro, I used to have a rig. I kept propane torches on me inside the car, bro. That's all I smoked really was dabs and shatter both. I'd basically I'd block the windows and I'd fucking turn on the blowtorch, man. I'd heat my rig up and get baked like every fucking morning. Alright, so if we use Hardy, they won't extra turn. But who the hell am I draining these guys with is the other question. Could use Oros. Man, I really wish I wasn't ranking my chimney. About to see how long is left on that guy. Okay, I'm paying it. That's not that long. Plus, I think all my books are done now. Whoops, wrong book. Yeah, so I just need Roost Wayne, and then I just need to do him twice. It's too early for Henrich, man. Like, this is not even node 50 yet. Uh, I don't think so, MG Clan. I'm the wrong guy to ask about Grandmasters. Like, the only thing that I think that I contributed to the Grandmasters is last week and next week, I plan to show you guys that Hornet is not a joke in Grandmaster duels. That Hornet is a really good monster. That Hornet is... I like Hornet better than Rag. Like, even if I had a maxed Rag, and the reason is because of the meta, not because of, like, Hornet's a better monster than Rag, but meta speaking, all of Rag's best skills turn on anticipation. His turn transfer turns on anticipation. His revive turns on anticipation. All of the monsters that... Like, Hornet doesn't turn on anticipation. Another thing is, like, people underestimate the revive skill on your Rag. Like, let's say your Rag is running the revive skill. If nobody is on your team is dead, then your Rag doesn't even have 4 moves, really. Like, the only time that move can be used is if one of your monsters is dead. Like, so that means there's a lot of times where you only have 3 options to choose from on your Rag when it's your Rag's turn. You're like, am I going to Nur? Or am I going to turn transfer? Or am I going to whatever your other move is? Deny, total blind, trait disable, freeze, whatever people are running. Like, so like I feel like, and Hornet's speed is faster than all of those other monsters. Like, the only monsters I think that I've seen that were faster than him is, like, I don't even know. You'd have to go look. I just know that Hornet's speed is really fast compared to the other legends in that event. And the ability to cast positive effects protect that lasts for 3 turns on your team, or 4 turns, one or the other, and then give you torture immunity and control immunity. All the meta teams are so crippled if you have torture immunity and control immunity. The Thasla teams are shut down. The Corruptus teams are shut down. The Graken teams are shut down. So many teams are just shut down when you get that shit up. Like, once Hornet gets those 2 turns in, that shit is over. Like, the only thing that I was worried about is when people could get multiple monsters to go in between me. And I'm fixing that next week. Next week, I'm fixing that shit. We're going to put a level 6 rune or a level 5 rune on our armor claw, and that shit's going to be fixed. No, we're talking about the Grandmaster duels. And the area dodge is just like, if I'm going to run Armor Claw, I feel like, why not use 2 area dodge monsters? Like, I get it. People are like, yeah, but Hornet only has SC anticipation. I don't care. No monster has enough stamina. If you just let me get positive effects protect cast, and then let me cast torture immunity, control immunity, you can have all the fucking extra turns you want. I don't even care at that point. Like, go ahead and take all the fucking turns you wish. Have a fucking nice day taking turns. There was nothing that, like, if Hornet could set those 2 moves up, there was nothing else to worry about. Nothing. Teams that beat you are the ones that get to, like, trait disable your taunt, and then another monster goes before you get to interact. Because if you get to interact in between, you can just Nur and get your taunt back. Like, that was, like, the biggest thing that I seen with the Grandmaster duels, is it was all about 2 monsters going in between my Graken and my Armor Claw. That's what would always beat me. Hey, I need some help with ranking up my monsters. That is your way that you rank up your monsters? What? What is your way that you rank up monsters? Gauntlet priority number 1. That's the way I rank up my monsters. Book rewards priority number 2. I don't think he's got too much life, because he's only 123, but I will try to feed this guy. One of these monsters should hit me. We got to use Hardy, remember? So that way they don't take their extra turns. All right, wish me luck. Okay, well, I only got one trap trigger there. The one guy had too much life. I'm basically out of trap monsters for a node this early. This node is so stupid, yo. I know Master has a 7 stamina move. And that just shows you right there that this node could be disgusting. Like, I really need a trap monster. He won't turn transfer if I use this Platypus because he's got to anticipate. I need to check for another 9 team mutant life. Damn, I thought I had more than one mutated. I guess I don't. I guess they're all stamina. There's a 9 stamina. Nine stamina, 9. Yeah, I don't have. Damn. Like, what if they hit too hard and they kill that guy? That would suck. Alright, I feel like this should at least kill somebody. Stamina. Okay, well, this is really stupid. Like, I exited before any of that trigger. The game's so crazy today. They try to get me, bro. Yeah, I think the game got me, bro. No, okay, they didn't. I thought the game got me, bro. Yeah, if that's what the El Colossal is, I'm trying to get me some Avas for gold, and I'm trying to get me whatever Thunder I got. So if I've got the Santa combo, I will get a Santa. If I've got the Thundeer combo, I will get Thundeer. If I've got the Wild Bird combo, I will get Wild Bird. If I don't got the Ava combo, I'll buy it. I'll probably buy the Ava combo. I'll spend 3,000 gems on Avas. Would be my guess. What's Ava's? The 335 GPM legend guy, the one who carries like the gold bucket on his back. The reason why is because each one with some level 5 runes is basically like an extra million gold a day. So like say you breed 20 of them, that's 20 million more gold every day you make. That's just like, that's too good to pass up. That's why. How else do you get advantage like that? If they're available, I don't know, man. If I had the combo, I'd probably max them. I'd probably breed like 13 of them, I think. The biggest catch is you got to have the combo. If you don't have the combo, they're just too expensive. I'm not spending 800 gems just to get a combo to breed some monster and then spend another 1,000 plus gems trying to rank them. Like, that's the same problem I ran into with Corruptus. Like, I would have loved to have a max Corruptus, but I'm not buying the fucking combo. Like, same thing with Santa. Like, I would max a Santa, but I'm not buying the fucking combo. If I don't have the combo, I'm not into it. If I got the combo, but it's not hatched, that's a different story. Like, if I got the egg in my storage for the combo, I'll rush it. I'll spend 45 gems and we'll rush the egg and then I'll breed them. But that's it, man. LJ, is it worth getting a rank 5 Thundeer? I think it's alright. Like, if you watch my Grandmaster duels, like Ronnie was playing with one in Grandmaster duels, but I don't think it's like unbeatable or anything, but I do think it's one of the best legends, if not the best legend in the game, when thinking of just legends. Like, it can wear 2 Cane of Atlantis, or a Pump Seed and a Cane of Atlantis, or like double Masher Staff. Its relic slots are amazing. It's got extra turns, it's got purrs, it's got trait disables, it's got area dodge, it's got increased life, it's got a status caster shock, it's got so much shit. It's got mega controls. I only need to bait one of these guys. Thank God. Starting to get worried about today's dungeon. The combo is always available. I'm just not, I don't think, like, they put the monsters in the shop, and you can buy them for like 20 or 230 gems each. So like 460 gems is the cost of a combo if you don't have it. And then I think 90 because you have to hatch it. So like basically 600 gems, and then you can breed at 35, 50 an egg, basically a rushed egg. Yeah, I mean, you can still turn transfer to Thundir behind a Megaton and like per a Megaton, trait disable, anticipator. Like you can definitely play with it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do after the stream, guys. Is I'm going to make a PvP video. I haven't done PvP at all yet this season, like 50 attacks or whatever, and those are mainly like maze collects. Or just doing like a couple because I was doing one. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to, in tonight's video, I'm going to try to make a video about climbing from 1,000 to top 100 and only using Steam. I'm only going to use Steam Wrath, but I'm going to build different teams with Steam Wrath and try to climb to top 100 with Steam Wrath. So like might try some Vampira Steam Wrath ideas, some Lindworm Steam Wrath ideas, some Ferris Steam Wrath ideas, maybe even double Megataunt Steam Wrath. Like basically just going to try some Steam Wrath ideas and see if it's possible to make it to top 100 with just Steam Wrath. Because I think the meta has definitely kind of pushed Steam Wrath's ability out, meaning like Cryo is pretty much a counter to Steam Wrath. Vampira is pretty much a counter to Steam Wrath. Like, all right, so there's only the one monster here. Just got to be faster than 2125. Am I faster than 2125? No, not yet. I just changed this, and we are 22, 21, 9. All right, we're good now. I don't think it's going to take a long time. Plus, I'll edit some of it just to try and make it, you know, more watchable. I don't think it's going to take a long time, though. I think from 1,000 to 100 is like 2 hours, maybe less. I don't expect to lose that often, and I expect that I do have close to a top 100 defense, I think. I know that my defense can carry top 1000. I can make Legend 1 without even doing attacks, really. I just need my defense to get attacked, and I need my runes, meaning I got to remember after Gauntlet to change my runes back on my defense. But if I do that, my defense will keep me in top 1000. Vampira, Chuckle, Bombetta. What the hell? So we don't want him to turn transfer to the wolf. But I think we've already used like almost all of our anticipation monsters. 53 and 56 are the same node. He does a dark move, right? Yeah, I'm thinking it won't do 370k, I hope. And I'm just hoping that he doesn't turn transfer. If he does, we might have to use our Chuckle here. Oh wow, we barely survived. Alright, so Dreamer doesn't have any damage moves, so I don't need Shelly here, but I do need double Purr. So I'm going to use Tobora, Ferris, and Steam. And then we just got to make our team fast. $19.3. That is fast enough. But I'm going to see if... $21, 3, and then 26. So Ferris would go first. Then Tobora, then Steam. He goes, we purr a positive effects protect. She goes, we purr everything. Then she goes and we win. No anticipations. What the hell? Yeah, I just had to stop and think, like, what if she'd have done that to Masher? Like, we totally misplayed, didn't we? Because can she cast that on an ally? Like, what if she would have turned, yeah, what if she would have turned Masher into a baby? Bree Davis. Bree Davis for sure, Fat Rat. Gold is the most valuable thing in this game, in my opinion, besides gems. I mean, if Masher was a baby, that would have been an awkward. Like, it still might have been a winnable fight. It just would have been awkward because Steam Wrath isn't really that weak to corrupt. Meaning, if she does an extra turn, we get her turn and then we just win. It's this fucking guy again. Targon only has single attacks. Black Feather is unpredictable. So if we can bait Black Feather, everything would be great, but I doubt that'll happen. So what I'm hoping for here is one of the two monsters has to hit him and get drained. That's what I'm hoping for here. Where's my mask? Now, Black Feather does no damage. Targon does no damage. And Bing kills me all. I will be so freaking pissed, but that is, like, that is technically possible. Alright, got his ass. Alright, now the Targon has damage mirror, so I'm going to use the shield on my Ferris, I think. Wait, does that work? I don't think that works. Nah, we won't have Mega Taunt. I baited the wrong monster. Yeah, I would need Mega Taunt on Shelly. He's... You can't use Taboris Ferris team, bro. Thankfully, I didn't switch to a full team yet, so I only cost myself one extra monster. I'm thinking we let Blackfeather charge. We bait the Targon with Kodama. Yeah, he's a heavy hitter, but he's weak versus nature. The problem is my stupid ass already picked 2 monsters, so what if he doesn't hit the one with the bait? Bomb won't survive the hit, I don't think, from Targon. Targon would kill my bomb in 1 hit. How the fuck does that work, Ruben? I didn't bait Targon. Yeah, what if Targon kills your Kodama? Yeah, I get that. Blackfeather's magic, so he doesn't die from curse. I don't know. No, my bum seed's not maxed. Blackfeather, CDA doesn't do anything. Half of them have CDA moves. Blackfeather's got 0 CDA moves. Bing's got 0 CDA moves, I think. What I had been doing was letting Targon kill himself with Uriel monsters, and I forgot that. I mean, triple Uriel. isn't the worst idea here. Targon goes, kills one of them, you baby, trait disable. You risk being alted, though. They're too fast, I think. Like 38k? 37k? Isn't that alt risk? I just used a taunt monster that was nature to bait Blackfeather. I was expecting Blackfeather to do 0 damage and we'd bait Targon, but I don't think it would have made any difference. I think we bait Targon and then use Bombetta. I don't think Blackfeather can kill Bombetta in one hit. It's only node 53. I feel like I send in a monster to drain Targon, a nature monster, and then we let Blackfeather recharge, and then we go in with Bombetta, Steam, and Ferris. We let Blackfeather hit Bombetta, then we have Ferris put a shield up on Bombetta, and then we beat him to death with our Steam. That's what I'm thinking. My only problem here is I accidentally entered with 2 monsters already, which means I'd have to send 2 monsters into bait. And I don't have 2 monsters that can take that hit from Targon. Only Kodama, I think, would take that hit. Or the trap monster, but I kind of need him for later, I think. Might just triple Uriel these bastards. What the fuck is a Witch Cat banner, bro? And what are we purring anyway? What needs double bird? I don't understand. I don't even understand what I need burr for. Yeah, I think we're just going to use triple Uriels, and it'll be the first time I've used triple Uriels in a really long time. Well, if we get alted, we still have our Uriel backup on 2 of the monsters. Because Targon's only going to kill 1 of them. Yeah, so we just trait disabling and babying. Maybe I should change a rune on him just in case the damage mirror does something. Now, Black Feather will need turn transferred too. Nah, Steam didn't die. This guy's got damage mirror and positive effects protect, and I was only able to bait one of them. I think I'm gonna bring this just in case. Just in case I need like an extra turn to pull it out of my ass. Alright. Let's see what happens. I thought I was gonna die. I thought my Lin was gonna die from damage mirror, bro. What just happened? How come? How come he didn't die, bro? I'm so confused. So there was one alt risk. Um, I guess I turn transfer, AoE possess, then total blind Targon. I don't. Just CDA Bing. Time scour him. I really don't know what I should do here. I don't even know what his alt does. I really like. I don't know what the best move is here, guys. All right, well, if he alts me, the other two have Uriels. I'm just going to use this. And then I'm just going to total blind Black Feather. So even if he would have alt me, just our two guys with Uriel would have died because we had evade on the only one whose Uriel broke. Here we only have to bait code. We don't even have to bait this. Have you seen it all in this new dungeon? I have not. I haven't, no, but I've been using Steam. So we get the luxury of no alts. Oh wait, this won't work. I gotta make Steam faster. This node's gonna take a while, but yeah, I wish I could get away with wearing a strength rune though. What do you guys think about using the Ignis with the next race monster, the combo people's talked about? Uh, I feel like this is a Henrich node. That's not true, Ruben. What if he does that baby shit again? What baby's a monster? How do I bait? Just Masher. We don't know who he's gonna hit. I'd have to use Chuckle. That way he doesn't do an extra turn. And then Ignis. So I think this might work. He won't turn transfer because she has Anticipate. We just put a pump staff on her. But she's also the only one I have that can probably take that Targon's hit. Who does physical damage? We're not trying to let Ulrika get a turn. We're hoping that what's his face is gonna hit us. The Masher guy. We're hoping that Masher's gonna AoE get drained from hitting our Chuckle. Since he won't turn transfer because we have Anticipation. What, does that not do any damage? Purple Girl doesn't do any damage, but she can baby. I'm just talking about the Masher guy. Like, yeah, that's the biggest fear is, like, if we can get Masher all the way drained on stamina, though, who cares if she babies, right? Because she babies him, he gets 2 turns in a row. First turn, he comes out of baby. Second turn, he could possibly do something. But it'll just be him left alive at that point. I don't think it's that disastrous if Masher gets babied. He'll have to charge or alt. I'm just more worried about, like, is there a way that he doesn't do damage and he doesn't get baited? Bro, that was a heavy hit, bro. He tried to smack me back to the Stone Age. I gotta use the bath. Should I max the draining stamina mask or the Wang shield? I think Wang shield, but I'm not sure. Alright, so I have to make my monsters faster than 21-4. She goes, casts Baby on Masher. He comes out of Baby his first turn. His second turn, he charges. The other two will be dead. So her best case is evade, positive effects protect on Ulrika. Does Ulrika have any damaging extra turns? Like, assuming that Dreamer puts evade, positive effects protect on Ulrika, couldn't I just run Shelly and then kill Dreamer and Masher and then let Ulrika take a turn, kill my Shelly, and then on my second turn kill Ulrika? I just don't know if I'm supposed to bring Tabora or Shelly. I guess we're supposed to bring Tabora because a lot could go wrong. So let's hope we can get our speeds right. She is immune to control. So 23-6, 19-7, 23-2. That won't work then. (21-1), 21-4. He's not fast enough. Neither one of them's fast enough. And then if I put 2 on him, he's faster than Tabora. Wait a second. All right, Francis, you peace out. What if I just put speed on everybody? I don't know if I own 9 speed runes. Yeah, I do. Okay. Yeah, it won't hurt, but I'd prefer that it wasn't that way because of that stupid baby. I don't know what's the worst that could happen with that baby. Like, what if he babies Ulrika? All right, so this way everybody's faster than 21-4. Wait, it's still the same stupid thing though. This guy's faster than Tabora. Yeah, that's right. You can't baby Ulrika. All right, well then this is the plan. He goes first. Purrs one of them. She goes, straight disables him. She goes and beats him to death. It's just gonna take a while. Then I gotta use the bathroom before I do that last stupid black feather node. I do, but I'm hoping that I can just trap bait the next node and then put a shield up. Like, I still got Rotten, I still got Henrich, I still got that nature monster with a trap. Taunt plus Rotten doesn't really work because Black Feather could kill my taunt, and then Targon could kill my Rotten. Or maybe he can't kill my Rotten, I don't know. I know I can't think until I use this fucking bathroom real quick. Alright. Fucking potty break. Wait, I got a question. How many turns does his damage mirror last? Is it just one turn? Is that why I didn't take any damage when I babied him? Is because he'd already taken his turn? I guess it doesn't matter because he could choose to cast it then. No, man, that's not answering my question. How many turns does his damage mirror last? Because, like, Moonming's is only one turn, but he's got damage mirror. Oh my god, you guys are missing my fucking question, bro. How many turns does this damage meter last? I don't give a fuck, baby. I guess I'm gonna try Pulsa and see if maybe somebody hits him. I got so many monsters left that I... That's a taunt monster. Alright, so he's got almost 1,000,000 HP. Black Feather goes first. Kills the taunt monster. Targon goes. Kills the other monster, not my bait monster, and this won't work, so... Where's my Uriel monsters? I'm trying to get this dude to kill himself again like the old days. Wait, did he really only hit for 4? Oh, that's 4,000,000 damage. What the fuck? I thought he only hit for 400k at first glance. Two more times and he's dead. About to be down a Targon. Oh shit. He didn't kill himself. Why? Normally he kills himself. That dirty bastard. Yeah, he healed. Instead of killed himself. How many more Uriel monsters do I got besides the good ones? Let's try one more, I guess. They're all in trap range, though. So he's hitting for 760k. And that fucking monster healed again. What's Blackfeather's cheapest damage move? Blackfeather's probably got 30 stamina. What's his cheapest damage move? Actually, I should have just looked. Let me just look at his stamina. Go and rewind the stream real quick. Maybe Shelly time. I'm not risking the stamina here. Dude kills my Shelly and then fucking die to damage mirror. I just need to see. Go on auto mode after starting a fight. So he had 83. And then he did Eyes Curse. So 83 minus Eyes Curse. Now, what did you say, Demo? Go on auto mode after starting fight so you don't have to use a move by yourself if Blackfeather gives you an extra turn. Wait, though. Does the game remember that you put it on auto, though, the next time you go in? Do you have to hurry and click auto off? That definitely seems like some big brain shit, but that also seems really like a tongue twister, but a thumb twister. All right, let me check. Get out of here. Skills. Eye Curse is 40. So he's got 43 stamina left. He's got plenty of stamina then. And you could cast. So we just send in one throwaway. And then we're good, I think. I send in one and they both charge. But he's got 43 stamina. Does not look like he would have that much, but he does. All right. Now we're good. Now it's Shelly time. Oh yeah, I don't think I can wear that many. $21.9, 21.9 is not fast enough, is it? What about, we're going to put the shield up. We're going to have Ferris go first, and he's going to cast that shield. Is that fast enough? My math's horrible. I need to be at least 21.4. It says I am. So I should get my turn before Black Feather goes twice. So we go first, we put a shield on our Shelly, then we go blast him away. And we're faster than him. So everything should be good now. I don't believe there's a speed bug issue, Demo. I believe there's dumb people. Like, I've never heard one of them stories that makes sense. I think they use triple Uriel teams and they die and they don't get the team speed or something from the third monster, or they use like 2 Uriel monsters and a third monster with team speed, and the team speed monster dies, and then they're like, how come that monster got its third turn before I got my second? Something like that. I mean, I could be wrong. Like, I'm definitely known to be wrong a lot. But so far, knock on wood, since I've been doing Gauntlet, I've never once had a... Is Witch Cat meta? It could be. It could end up being. It happened to me once. I was using Steam Ferris Shelly. Yeah, like... I don't know, Demo. I think I've used Steam Ferris Shelly more than everybody else, and I've never seen no such thing. What do you mean you even use calculator? Like, what calculator? Divide by 2 calculator? like I just did? It's not much complicated than that. And I don't think that Witch Cat is meta in PvP, but I do think that Social Point was reminding everyone that Ferris could be in the Gauntlet. The other day he was in the Gauntlet, but it was on an easy node. He could very well, tomorrow be on a hard node, and you'll wish you had your Witch Cat rank 3, or you'll wish you were pay to win and had that roadie monster, or you'll wish you had something. I know that. You'll wish you had something. I have 1288, but I haven't done today's dungeon either, and it's probably going to reset soon. 4 hours. Says, I was thinking of using Hardy, Megataunt, and Do, or the next race monster. I mean, Hardy, Megataunt, Do doesn't sound bad, but doesn't really sound good either. Like, isn't Pierce just better? The difference about today's Stardust, though, is I don't have to it's not claimed by anything. I'm saving it. I think I might rank 3 my Witch Cat, though. I'm just not sure yet. I think Witch Cat might be the next monster that I rank 3. Just in case I need to use Steam Wrath, Witch Cat, and Ferris on a node that I baited. Super Fox, Megataunt, and a Denier? No, and a support, not a Denier. A support monster for cleansing your Pierce monster. Like Zorky, Ignis, Chuckle. Yeah, Chuckle's perfect. Basically just any, like, if the monster can cleanse or damage boost, it's going to be really good Pierce support. That's the 2 things that you're looking for on a Pierce support. You want damage boost and you want cleanse. Chuckle doesn't really give you much damage boost, but it also gives you an accuracy boost, which isn't the worst. Especially if somebody's like tried to soft deny you with blind or daze. Definitely not going to rank Robo Elf. I have absolutely no reason or intention to rank Robo Elf. Why would I do that? I don't comprehend. Like, he's just some monster I got for books. He looks like he'd be fun in the. Well, I don't know I don't know those book rewards yet, so I don't know what rank. End up rank 3ing him. We could end up rank 5ing him if those book rewards are good enough. I don't know. Am I gonna rank Lupo? That's a good question. I would if I could. Lupo seems so expensive, because the only way I'd get my Lupo good is he'd have to be rank 5. And that's 8,900. That's 8,000 roughly. Yeah, I disagree, Ruben. I don't find him badass at all. But, yeah, Lupo's a monster I wish I had rank 5, but as a free-to-play, man, you can't play with everything. Trust me, I want to. I wish that I could play with other monsters, but I'm kind of limited. Like, I only make so much Stardust, and I have to spend a lot of it on book rewards because you can never have enough runes. Like, I'm up to 7 mutant runes now. Like 7, 10, level 10 mutant runes. So I'm still 2 away from a set. And then it's not even really a set because, like, I don't have the right mutant runes. Like, what if I need stamina and not life? I don't have, like, a set of each to switch around. Like, I'm limited. I only have... Yeah, I'm able to rank 5 day, but I was going to rank 5 Blaz, but ever since Steam Wrath came out, I want Odana instead of Blaz. I'd love to have Odana right now. I'd rank 5 Odana, and I'd have fun in PvP with Odana and Steam Wrath. Do you think Lupo, Doodoo, and Steam is good PvP team? Maybe. I mean, could it make top 100? If they're all 150s, maybe. I don't know. Like, we're going to learn a little bit about Steam in tonight's video when I get off this stream, because that's what I'm going to do with my energy tonight, is make a video about Steam and PvP. Like, is it worth considering? Is it a bust? What's its potential? You thinking big, bro? Not big, but why don't you use Ferris in PvP instead of waiting for Odana to come? Because Ferris doesn't do enough in PvP. Ferris doesn't really do anything. What does he do in PvP with your Steam besides give her stamina? Nothing. Like, you can put a shield up against most anticipation. You have no way to beat Chuckle. If you're using Ferris and Steam, you are fucked every time you see a Chuckle and a Mega Taunt. You're fucked every time you see a Cryo. You're fucked every time... Like, well, actually, I guess you're not fucked when you see a Cryo. You're fucked when you see Vampira and Anticipation, because Vampira will destroy your team. Ferris has no Nur. That's one reason why he's not as good as Odana. Odana has A, trait disable, B, purr, and C, Nur. Odana has all three things that you need to support Steam and the infinite stamina. All four things that you need to support Steam in a good team. Like, Ferris has 1.5 things. Like, if you run Ferris and Steam, you can't even beat Kodama and Tabora. Like, Tabora Kodama will fuck you up. Tabora will go first and trait disable you, and then Kodama will go and CDA you, and you're done. End of the road for you. Like, I will use some Ferris tonight in the video, when I'm trying to test, and just basically, like, put these words to proof. Whereas, like, look, man, Ferris can do a lot, but as soon as you run into Vampira, you're pretty much fucked. Like, Vampira is going to A, remove your Mega Taunt, B, blind your team, dot your team. Your Steam is so slow that they're going to have, like, Vampira, Mega Taunt, Anticipation. You have no way to get rid of the Anticipation. Your only answer to getting rid of the Anticipation is to put a shield up with Ferris, and Vampira is going to remove that shield, so you're fucked. Ferris is not good at Hardy either, though, bro. I just told you why Ferris isn't good versus Hardy. It's called Purr. If Vampira and Hardy are on the same team, your Ferris isn't doing anything. He's going to put a shield up, Vampira removes it, Hardy beats you to death. Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to stop that? You can't. What is your third monster? Your third monster has to be Mega Taunt if you run Ferris. If you run Ferris, you have to run Mega Taunt. There's, like, you can't run another monster. It's, like, not going to do anything at all if you run Ferris with no Mega Taunt. He demands that you run Mega Taunt. The worst Cosmic? Probably Spitfire. Like, outside of the Gauntlet, I'd say the worst Cosmic is Spitfire. And I'm probably getting destroyed in this Gold Fever. Yeah. The reason why I'm getting destroyed in this Gold Fever is because I missed 4 hours of gold collecting, and I didn't pre-save. Meaning, I was collecting my gold before resetting my phone. And it was already Gold Fever, but not on my game because I hadn't turned my game off yet. And then when I turned my game off and come back in, I was 6 hours into the event and only had 2 hours worth of gold. because I hadn't played in 2 hours. So when I collected, I only had like 22 million gold, and we were 6 hours into the event. So like, I don't see me getting the top 5k this gold fever, and that's even with my rune temple on. So like, I really got screwed there. I'm ahead of you, Cap. I don't know, but you got plenty of time to get that thing to 80. Why is it at 60%, bro? Don't leave this thing at 60%. What are you doing? Get that motherfucker to 80% before El Colossal gets here. Are you going to get Wildbird in the maze? No, I haven't played enough. I don't have enough coins. I'm not going to get Wildbird. I'm just going to let this thing die. What's the next one? Did you know, LJ? Somebody in the chat was telling me that it's metal and electric, which is what they told us before it was supposed to be, and then they switched on us at Christmas time, so I don't know. What rank is my Santa? I have a rank 2, a rank 1 level 4, and then an egg. I have 3 Santas. And my Thundeer is going to be rank 3 after the race, but it's like rank 2, and then I have a rank 1, and I have the cells to rank 2 it. Let's see, right there's rank 1, and then in here I got 2 Thundeer eggs, and then in here I got 280 cells. So I got enough to rank 3 my Thundeer this race. I will be rank 3ing Thundeer during race. I tried to request the ones I was missing, like Alex Bone. I try to get as many of the electric monsters as I could. I need to request, what's it for book rewards or? I don't know, what are you talking about? Why are you having a Santa level 4 and rank 1? For wars and for like trick PvP. Like, you can put evade on it. You can put a damage protection shield on it. And it's so slow that like you get 20 turns to beat your opponent to death before they can remove it if they don't have purr. And then if they do have purr, they might need they might have to still hit it a second time because it still has Mega Taunt. Yeah, see, I don't want a rank 4 Santa. I either want a rank 5 or a rank 2. Like, to me, a rank 2 Santa is better than a rank 4 Santa. Oh, yeah, Ronnie's Thundeer. I think he said his Thundeer is only rank 3. Even though it does get some extra stuff, I think, at the higher ranks. Yeah, at rank 5, it gains a random debuff. And it gains some skills at rank 4. It gets a Mega Control with Shock. I mean, that's not a bad... not a bad rank 3 skill, but it's not as good as that rank 4 one. My favorite Forsaken is Santa. My second favorite is probably Nizelle. Even though Wicca carried me for a while, like back when I was a noob and I got Wicca, I used to run a level 100 Wicca in PvP. And I did pretty well. Like, it was still fast with all speeds on it. Like, that was the first monster I put a 10 on in this game, I believe, was Wicca. Yeah, like I think rank 5 Santa is cool and all, but I'm a huge fan of being able to put like evade on Santa. Like being able to revive Santa with evade using like a Wormlat or a Nazelle or anything, or being able to put like Oliviera with Santa. Like those teams are so much fun. Like you can't hurt my Santa. Artifact, you can't put any buffs on them, or like you go with Chuckle and you put the Pyro Shield on your Megataunt Santa and your enemy can't hurt you. Shit like that is fun. Anyway, guys, I think that is the end of the stream. I'm going to get off of here and work on my video. Going to be jumping into PvP. I will be starting from, I don't know what place we're in, but I'll show you. We're in 1009. I have no idea. I would guess you can probably get just as close as you can with Thasla. That would be my guess. I would say you might make it to top 100 if you can beat Hardy's, if you know how to beat Anticipate. But anyway, guys, thanks to everyone who tuned in. We beat the Gauntlet. We didn't spend any gems. We just took 6 hours to do it because we told stories and stuff today. But anyway, peace out.